Okay, so hello, my name is Jun Cheng. I'm 20 years old this year, and it's been 3 years since I came to the States. And for now, I was recently accepted into Cornell University Architecture program by early decision. And I like soccer and food. So I have 21 schools on my list, but I applied to 14 schools at the point. I was inspired by my grandfather. He's a really successful architect who designed different buildings in my hometown in China. I grew up learning about different architecture aspects from my grandfather, and then I naturally became interested in architecture. So when I was applying to Cornell University, I submitted 20 pieces, but originally I had 25 pieces. I focused on very structural and realistic architecture design, and most of those designs were inspired from my own life experiences. So I suffered in the past until 2017. I had leukemia and I was under treatment. In my portfolio, I expressed all the feelings that I had during that time. I have this work named Right Arm. In this work, I basically expressed the pain that I had in my right arm. During my leukemia treatment, I was in the hospital, and sadly, I had tumor infection in my right arm, in this muscle site. So the infection went really bad, and my right arm became really swollen to the point that it looks like 2 to 3 times bigger than my left arm. I couldn't move my right arm for like almost 2 months. So I really wanted to express this pain that I had in the past in this work. To be really honest, I was always disappointed in my portfolio work. I thought my works are not enough to apply to any other schools in the United States. I had no confidence, to be really honest, but I just had this faith, like, oh, whatever comes after, let me just finish my works first, because whatever works I do, this is all about my own story, and I know what kind of work this is, and I believe I can explain this well to everyone who see my work. So I just focused on my work, though I have no confidence. I wrote about how this idea came from and how do I want to develop this work. I realized that writing all those notes and taking pictures is such a good way to kind of track my work and track my process. Yeah, so I think taking pictures and writing notes are the permanent memory. I can read this anytime, remind me of what I thought in the past, like right away. My family supporting me works the best, so I had no confidence, but my family always supported me, and they always told me that I could do the best anytime, and they just believed in me that I can do whatever I can. They're the biggest factors of me getting into an Ivy League school. I really like instructors from Ashcan. They helped me a lot of time, like basically every single day, especially Mr. Do. He was standing by me, looking at me, drawing all the different type of idea sketches and all the notes that I took, and he gave me a lot of feedbacks, and I really appreciate that. I think my biggest strength is always ready to take the criticism. So, to be really honest, Ashcan instructors gave me a lot of criticisms in different types of ways. Sometimes they will help me. Sometimes they would give me feedbacks to teach me how to draw idea sketches, or maybe how to take proper notes. In some cases, I might feel really offended, but actually I wasn't. They were really kind and explaining all the different types of things very generously. So I really appreciate this skill, and the things that I learned from Ashcan, I believe I can use this for my entire life in the future. I was in Ashcan every single day for this entire year. Always believe in yourself and be honest with your portfolio works. You have to think about what I really want to make, or I really have to have my own idea. And that's how I make such a good portfolio works. Really expressing my own story from the past, or what I actually felt during my real life, is the biggest factor to make a good portfolio. Otherwise, just do not procrastinate. Finish them as soon as possible. Finishing everything earlier gives much more confidence. This work was actually originally inspired from tensegrity. So the tensegrity is such an amazing physical phenomenon. You can hold these two wood panels just by using physical knowledge. So the basic idea it came from is that from my own experience that I had during my leukemia treatment. So at the time, I was really depressed, but my family always supported me and held me tight to not get off from the right path. They always supported me to try my best to take the medications, or maybe eating healthy, or all the other types of things. They really helped me a lot, and that's why I love my family. They always support me. I really wanted to express my sentiment over my family and my familyhood in this work. Just like this amazing physical phenomenon, though me and my family doesn't have this like physical thing holding each other, but we are still connected mentally. We are still connected to each other and holding each other to make this perfect balance. That was my basic idea. So I have this other work named Well, that's a 3D printed PLA work. This is one of my favorite work. It's basically about my identity. So I'm from China, but I'm not fully Chinese because my great-grandparents were war refugee from Korea wars. They basically moved from North Korea to China during the wartime, and then they settled in northeast China, in my hometown named Yanji, and then they just continued this life in China, and that's how I was born in China. So since I was really young, I had this confusion in my identity. I'm ethnically Korean, but I was born and raised in China, and I had Chinese citizen, and I was surrounded by different Chinese people. So I really had no idea what I really am. Am I war refugee, or am I Korean, like extra Korean or extra Chinese at the time? For now, I have 3 identities. I'm also American. So it might sound really confusing and complicated, and I to be really honest, I really struggled when I first time came to the States. I really didn't know how I should refer myself. I still have this ethnical identity problem. I struggled in the beginning of my life in the States, but now I've changed a lot. So my basic thought over my identity is that I just have 3 identities: Korean, also Chinese, and I'm proudly saying I'm also American. Yes. I just really wanted to express how I love all these 3 identities. I really love this work because this is literally about myself. Yes, I love Ashcan.
Ashcan Art offers art portfolio preparation classes year-round. Contact us at infomanhattan@ashcanart.com and see the classes we offer at www.ashcanart.com. You can see us on Instagram at ashcanart, and please subscribe below for more art portfolio tips.